Austin's development code are the rules that talk about what gets built where and how it gets built. And Austin's development code is 30 years old. It's been through amendment after amendment. You can't find things in it. It's outdated. CodeNEXT is the current effort by the City of Austin to rewrite its development code after 30 years.
So cities have what are called land development codes, and they're the set of rules that provide the guidelines for what building size you have, the height of buildings, the setback from the street, with regard to the street, what the street width is, what are the sidewalk requirements, with regard to nature, what are the landscaping rules, how do we protect trees and water quality, with regard to uses, what kind of uses are allowed in different areas, is retail, office, mixed use, and so we're trying to take the code that was adopted in the 80s, and it's been amended many times up till now. So there are contradictions, there are out-of-date elements to it. So we are doing a rewrite of that code, and we are carrying over many of the elements from the existing land development code, but we're creating new sets of rules in the new code, and we have branded it as CodeNEXT. So it's being written now and amended. We're going to come out with a second version of it in the middle of September, and then there'll be another version that will come out either late 2017 or early 2018, and then the City Council will finally vote on it in April of 2018. So there are many opportunities to work on this and change the draft and make people happy.
One of the aims or goals of CodeNEXT is to implement Imagine Austin, which is our comprehensive plan for the city. And basically that plan defines our city for the future, what kind of city we want, and what kind of neighborhoods we want, things like that. So really the CodeNEXT is a code to implement that vision in Imagine Austin.
As important as CodeNEXT is, it's not a silver bullet. It's not going to solve the issues of affordability in this city or mobility in the city by itself. But without redoing our land development code, then the effectiveness of all the other things we do is going to be more limited than it should be. So it's a really important ingredient, but it's not the only one.
The consultants for CodeNEXT who are trying to help us address displacement in CodeNEXT through CodeNEXT are saying that it's going to continue. It's not going to stop the displacement, and so it's not going to be the silver bullet, and I'm not saying it can't help around the margins, if you will, but it's going to take multiple strategies.
There are a lot of other things we can do in the city to help both with affordability and mobility. With affordability, you can deal with it one of two ways. You either make things cost less or you give people more money to spend. So in addition to building a lot more supply so that it becomes more in equilibrium with demand so prices can drop or not escalate, we need to do things like giving people better jobs and training for jobs so that they have more they can spend on housing in the city. And on mobility, I wish we had done more 15, 20 years ago because it would have been easier to do and less expensive. But we need a much better transit and bus system. We need to actually look at rail options. We need to increase mobility between here and San Marcos for students that are going back and forth. So there are a lot of different things we need to do. Use the new technologies that are coming online. Use the benefits and leverage the sharing economy opportunities that exist. Moving toward electrification of cars and autonomous cars are going to help us with mobility. So many different things.